So we are going to start new chapter. This very small chapter, that is communication system. Although it is small, they are asking questions in mains exam also. Okay, so don't neglect it. Communication systems. What is the chapter name? Communication systems. So first of all, what are the elements of communication system? Elements of communication system. First one, the transmitter which transmits the signal. Yes. Second one, you require a medium, the medium or channel through which it will transmit. And third one, you require a receiver to receive the signal. Yes. Now let's see the block diagram of this. Now first of all, you require a information source. So here it is information source, then transmitter, then channel, then receiver, and one more, that is user of information. One minute. See here, first of all, information source, then next one, transmitter, then third one is channel, next is receiver, and then user of information. So from information source, there will be message signal. Next, after transmitter, this is transmitted signal to the channel. And then here you will receive the signal, that is received signal, then receiver. And after this is what? Message signal. Here you may get some noise also. So don't neglect this chapter. From this chapter also there are questions in mains exam. Okay. You have to revise less syllabus for 4 marks. So that's why don't neglect it. Listen now. One more time. Information source and then message signal. We have to send to transmitter, means transmitter will transmit the transmitted signal via channel. Then this is receiver. Receiver will receive the received signal. Then this message signal and then user of information. So in between there may be some noise. Other than the signal, whatever is there, that is what your noise is. So this is what block diagram of communication system. Yes. So note down these points and draw this block diagram fast. So let's move ahead. And now, how many types of communication are there? Basically, we have 2 types of communication. Yes. First one is point to point, and second one is broadband or broadcast mode, hai na? Broadcast and point to point, not broadband. Okay. See here. First one is point to point. And another one is broadcast. What is this point to point and broadcast? Can anyone tell me? Point to point means one person to one person. Okay. For example, telephone. Yes, no. For example, telephone. So here there will be only one person this side as well as that side also, means signal, whatever the message is there, that will get shared between one to one mode. Yes, no. Whereas broadband is what? Large number of receivers. Yes, no? Large number of receiver. So shall I write like this? One transmitter, one receiver. Where in this mode, point to point mode. One transmitter.
Hello.
One transmitter.
Sir, అంటే
One transmitter and one receiver. One transmitter and one receiver. Whereas here, what will happen here? Tell me. In this broadcast mode, one transmitter and many receiver. Yes, no? So I'm writing here example, that is telephone. Okay. And here I am writing example, that is what? Radio or TV. Yes, no? So at one time only, whole India will watch one show on TV or radio. That is what broadcast mode. Whereas point to point means telephone, you see one person is speaking to one particular person only. That signal will go to the one particular person only. Yes, no? That is what? Point to point communication. Understood? Clear? Now, next one. Understood? Any doubt here? So basic terminology used in communication system. Now, first of all, what is meant by information? Yes, no? Already in the block diagram, we have seen what is information means. Already we have mentioned now this all blocks. Let's see what is the meaning of this first of all. So first one is information. Yes. Information is what, Ray? This is the message to be conveyed. Information means what? Message to be conveyed. Yes. Whatever we have to transmit, that is what information. Whatever we have to send, that is what information. Second one, communication channel. Communication channel. Communication channel is nothing but physical medium. Physical medium through which we are going to transmit the information. Yes. So this information may be in terms of word or any code language or whatever it may be, data or picture or whatever it may be. Okay. So communication channel is what? Physical medium through which we can transmit data, and it is in between the transmitter and receiver. Yes, no? Clear? Next one is transmitter. What is a transmitter? Yes, it processes It processes the incoming information it processes the incoming information and makes it suitable for transmission. Okay, next one. Next one is what? Receiver. What is a receiver? You know. Yes, what is receiver? Receives the signal. It may amplify, demodulate, or decode the signal depending upon what we can say necessary or necessity. Receiver may, for example, what is the signal we have to decode first. There is necessary of amplification also. So all these functions this receiver will do. Okay, right? Now next one, that is, what is a transducer? Transducer is a device which converts one form of energy into another. Converts or converts one form of energy into another. For example, some light energy to electrical energy to sound energy, maybe anything. So one form of energy into another, the one who is converting, that is called transducer. Next, what is signal? What is a signal? Signal is nothing but information in electrical form. Information in electrical form. It may be pulse, okay, whatever it may be, but which should be convenient to transmit. Understand? That is what your signal is. Got it? So first note down these points. So let's move ahead. Now next is noise. Last we have seen signal, next is noise. What is meant by noise? So shall I write like this? Anything other than message signal? Anything other than message signal? For example, you are speaking on phone and someone is crying. So that is what we can say noise. Yes. Next one, that is attenuation. Attenuation means nothing but loss of signal during propagation, or loss of strength of signal, we will say. Loss of strength of signal during propagation. During propagation. Next one, what is amplification? This you know, amplification means which amplifies the signal. Yes, no? Amplification. So shall I write like this? Process of increasing strength of signal. Process of increasing the strength of signal. And who will do this? Amplifier. Yes, no? The process of increasing the strength of signal is nothing but amplification, and this we can do by using amplifier. Next, range. Now this word we are using in our general life, even daily life we can say. Yes, no? What is in my range? The maximum distance from a source up to which the signal is received. Up to which the signal is received with sufficient strength. Yes, no? With sufficient strength. That is what range. Okay. Range is not there means what? The point is maybe little bit at more distance so that you are not getting the sufficient strength signal. That is what your range is. Next, repeaters. Repeaters means, you know, see, mobile towers are there now. Mobile towers. That mobile towers are nothing but what? Repeaters only, which will repeat the, means which will amplify and what we can say, which will transmit the signal with what you can say high amplitude or with more strength. That's why in those areas where range is less, there will be mobile towers, or we can say repeaters. So devices used to increase range. Okay, increase range. That is called repeaters. And one more, what is mean by bandwidth? Bandwidth of this signals, and this is nothing but I am writing frequency range. Okay, what is that? Frequency. Yes, we are using, yes. Okay, repeaters we are using everywhere wherever it is necessary. Okay, got it? So this is what? Bandwidth. Now let's see some signals and their bandwidths. So I'm giving one table. I am writing here bandwidth of signals. Bandwidth of signals. Some signals. They may ask you 2-mark question. They may ask you bandwidth. Okay, so you just write it carefully. So here I am writing signal type or just signal. Okay, and this side I am writing bandwidth. So first one I am taking, that is speech signal. Speech signal means whatever we are speaking. Okay, its frequency range we can say. So its bandwidth is 2800 hertz. Minimum frequency is 300, maximum frequency is 3100 hertz. Okay, so bandwidth is how much? 2800, upper minus lower, right? Next one, second signal, that is music, and this music is having 20 kilohertz bandwidth. Next one is picture transmission. Picture transmission means anything. If you want to send via picture, for that the bandwidth required is 4.2 megahertz. And one more, that is TV signal. TV signal, the bandwidth is 6 megahertz. Okay, so these are the bandwidth of some signals. Speech signal, this is music, then this is picture transmission, and down one is TV signal. Okay, note down this. This picture transmission means any video you can say. Okay, so this, for this video transmission or any video, the frequency range is what? 4.2 megahertz. That is what? Bandwidth. Okay, so let's move ahead. Again, one table I am giving. That is different layers. Again, they may ask you 2-mark question on this table. In IP, different layers of atmosphere and their interaction with the propagating electromagnetic waves. you divide it into 4 columns. Approximate height like this. Exist during. In the first column, you write name of the layer, name of the layer. Here it is approximate height. Next is exist during. And frequencies most affected. First one, that is troposphere, and approximate height is 10 kilometer. Exists during day and night. So frequencies most affected are very high frequencies. VHF means very high frequencies up to several gigahertz. Up to several gigahertz means multiple of 10 power 9. Okay. Next one, that is parts of ionosphere. You are having parts of ionospheres. So first one is D. This is part of stratosphere. Part of stratosphere. So approximate height for this is 65 to 75 kilometer. This exists only during day and reflects LF, low frequency, and absorbs MF and HF. MF means middle frequencies and high frequencies. Next one, E. This is part of, again, stratosphere only. Part of stratosphere. This, its approximate height is 100 kilometer. This also exists only during day and helps surface waves, reflects high frequencies. This ionosphere is, we can say, God gift. Why? Because it reflects some frequency signals by default. No need to do anything, and that's why it is very easy for communication with the help of this ionosphere. Okay. Next one, F1, that is part of mesosphere. This is what? Part of mesosphere. Its approximate height is 170 to 190 kilometer. It exists during daytime and merges with F2 during night. And partially absorbs high frequencies, yet allowing them to reach F2. Okay. Next one is F2 only. This is also part of, no, this is thermosphere, right? Na? This is and its range is or approximately 300 kilometer. At night and 250 to 400 kilometer during daytime. And this exists during day and night. And this one efficiently reflects high frequency waves, particularly at night. Okay, so this HF and all this spectrum we may see in tomorrow's class. Okay, got it? So note down this fast. This frequency band I will give you, particularly what is HF, what is UHF, what is TV. Okay, right? So all these things we will see in tomorrow's class, so that you will understand what type of frequencies includes this particular spectrum. Clear? So note down